think it's an honor also to be here at a time that feels very strange. In a time where like our bodies are constantly being assaulted. And one of the things for me that is most permanent in my mind when it comes to this work is to be neighbors. And one of the ways where I feel like we could address dual language is by moving from sort of traditional practice to project-based learning. So the way that I framed the chapter is from project-based learning PBL to pro-Black and brown learning PBL. How can I literally create an entire algebra curriculum from drumming and the clave? You know, clave is the, you know, if you translate it literally, it means the key. And so even in salsa, when you think about these bands that had all these different instruments, they all was literally permeating from this one sound. And that is the key right there. And you can analyze the patterns of drumming that is associated to salsa. And when you look at the differences between when one sound in the sequence, so one sound in the sequence of the pa, 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 and another sound in the drumming, you can analyze the differences, put that on a graph, and do the entire algebraic curriculum on it. And so we don't have to be fixed on the ways that we process and we think about mathematics. We usually do it from left to right. Here, you can go in any direction and get the same answer. So if I'm doing even multiplication, so let's say 12 times 2, all I'm simply doing is 2 here and 2 here. I remove these. This is 2, 4, 24. Remove that. And so the way this works is that math is no longer about formulas and numbers, it's about shapes and movement. But you can explore in this, I mean, I solved like 7,000 and something times this in like under a minute. And oftentimes, when we think about young people or students in general who we consider to be geniuses, we tend to relate those things to someone who can solve something faster than someone else. But if here, when you perfect the movements, we all can be able to do the type of STEM work. We have to think about the ways in which, in our practice, we consider things good. But inscribed in our work, are we invoking evil? Are we silencing? So in 2018, where it almost feels illegal to be Black, brown, indigenous, young, and outside, you had to answer to a descendant about what you was doing to provide some type of truth and reconciliation, some healing, some observation, you know, and all of us have a role in the work of justice. Whether you pray at night, that's good enough for me. Whether you sit your child or a young one at the kitchen table or on the rug or the sofa, and you have conversations about what's going on, whether you hug a child, whether you embrace yourself, the preparation of the teacher is everything. What will you tell a descendant of yours when we think about reimagining dual language education? Thank you.